Time's wasted.
Oh, this is the part I always hate, saying goodbye to my babies. It's so hard.
Not babies, Mom. We're in college for crying out loud.
No, but it's just so soon. It seems like only yesterday.
Joyce, for heaven's sakes, let them go. If they don't leave this minute, it's going to be bumper to bumper all the way to Columbus. Who's driving the first leg?
I am.
Oh, no, you're not, young man. You split that beer with your father, and it's all over your breath. Debbie, I want you to drive.
Okay, Mom. Thanks for the coffee cake.
Oh, honey. Here, let me get this.
Well, good luck with what's her name.
Thanks, Dad. And I think that talk we had really helped.
I hope so. Maybe we'll have another talk this summer. I don't know.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay. Drive carefully, you all. Don't forget, fasten your seatbelts now.
Hope you don't catch my cold, Dad.
Ah,
Bye.
Harrison men never get sick.
We love you. Drive carefully and watch out for the other fellow, okay? Oh, honey, you never really own your children, do you? You just raise them the best you can and hand them off to the world.
Yeah. You know what I've been thinking?
What?
I feel like meatloaf tonight. Would that take you a long time?
No, it's not that I don't want to meet your parents. I want to meet your parents very much. They had you, didn't they?
They really want to meet you.
I'm sure they do. It's just that there's only so many hours in the day, honey bun. I tell you what, I have to do the show. And then afterward, we'll go over to the Ramada and jump in the shower and see what we feel like doing.
Great. I'll tell my parents.
No. You wait on that.
Come on, Olivier. It's magic time.
My producer calls.
Okay, everybody, let's get ready to give Martin a great Pittsburgh welcome. And in 5, 4, 3, 2.
When you got a problem, who do you ask?
And here's the man who's got America talking in the morning, Martin Mull.
Thank you, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about sex in the afternoon. Oh, come on, admit it. You love it. A lot of you wouldn't have it any other way, huh? That's why we're on in the mornings. Hey, no, what's with all these who-me looks?
How about you, Cupcake? You look like you like your loving with a little lunch under your belt, huh? Am I right? You don't have to answer. Look at her blush. Or is that whisker burn?
Joyce, if you have to have that thing on, could you at least turn the damn sound down? My head is splitting.
Honey, don't talk with the thermometer in your mouth, okay? Because you know it might break and you could swallow the mercury and really get sick.
Criminy, Joyce, it used to be when I was sick, you'd take care of me, not just sit around licking green stamps and watching some stupid TV show.
Hal, don't forget that these green stamps bought you your golf bag, remember? And also, honey, just because you don't understand something, don't call it stupid.
Oh, I understand. Just that's not the same Martin Mull that was here filming us. When the hell was that, Joyce?
About 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, that's what
Look at him.
How about only in the afternoon? Whoa! Well, you know, the national
Kids are healthy, the house is clean. I did my job, Hal. And now if I have a little extra time and I want to sit here and expand my horizons, that's my business.
Well, excuse me for living, Mother Teresa. Geez, Joyce, you're starting to sound like one of those whiners on that TV show.
Well, maybe I am.
It's a wonderful 1 minute sound, and you say it's a great salad dressing. So, what a godsend. We're going to have to break away right now, but before we do, I want to remind you that we only have one more day here in Pittsburgh, and we'd love to see you in our studio audience. You don't need a ticket. Just pack up your troubles and come on down.
Hal, let me check that out.
Stay with us.
Honey, it's 98.5. I think I'm gonna go to Pittsburgh. I want to see Martin's show live.
You're what?
I think I'm gonna get in my car and drive to Pittsburgh. I'll spend the night with my sister and wake up in the morning and go see Ask Martin. There it is, plain and simple.
Why?
Well, because I don't have anything else to do and I want to.
I hate to burst your bubble, Mrs. Hal Harrison, but Mr. Hal Harrison, the chairman of this year's Founders Day Steering Committee, has a very important kickoff meeting tomorrow night in this house, after which those very important men are going to expect coffee and some kind of dessert.
Well, honey, they usually do. And you know what? We have a whole jar of Maxwell House in there, and I know you know how to boil water. And honey, the directions for Jello are right on the box.
No, Joyce, no, not this time. No, Joyce. I am not going to beg you, Joyce.
Joyce, I'm begging you. Stay home.
stay home and make new drapes for the living room and been harping on it for a year. Now is the perfect time.
Honey, your good shirt's in the dryer if you need it, okay?
Joyce!
And also, don't forget to turn off the sprinkler unless you want to flood the whole entire neighborhood. Don't worry about me, okay? I'll be just fine.
Well, it's not you I'm worried about.
I'll say hi to Martin for you. Bye!
Great.
Talking in the morning, Martin Mull.
Hello. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Today, we're going to be entering an area that I like to call no man's land. Our topic, lesbian fidelity. Now, I must confess, when I first heard the term lesbian fidelity, I pictured a savings and loan out in Hollywood. Well, wrong again. It's a burning issue all across the United States, and here to help us find out why are a recently divorced couple from right here in the greater Pittsburgh area who, for purposes of privacy, we will refer to as Jane and Jane. Welcome to the show, fellas. I mean, gals. I'm sorry, slip of the tongue. Now, I guess the only thing I have in common with you two is the fact that all three of us prefer women. Other than that, I'm kind of a fish out of water here. So let's get things started. Which one of you was unfaithful, and which one is the man? Okay, so it's Boom Boom and the Princess, huh? You can't tell by looking. I swear you can't.
Yeah, look, Mike, I don't understand what you're doing to us here. I mean, what, there's like 100 women's clubs in the greater Chicago area. What do you mean you can't get more than 14 gals to show up for an entire week? I mean, Look, Mike, I hate to repeat myself, but the fact is we need Chicago, and Chicago needs us. So just... Yeah, I understand that, but that doesn't change the fact that we need Chicago. So... Fuck Chicago.
Well, we've opened up a real ball of worms here, haven't we? Go ahead, come on, come on, come on.
I don't see why any of those women would be expected to be faithful to each other. They're not even faithful to the teachings of the Bible.
Whoa! Okay, yes, come on, come on.
The Bible says, love thy neighbor.
Yes, it
and
does.
That's exactly what Jane did to Jane. So what's wrong with that?
Well, certainly a new way of interpreting the Bible, isn't it? Yes, yes, over here. Yes, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, I don't even know what I think about all this, but I wanted to say hi, Martin. It's me, Joyce Harrison. Do you remember me?
Of course I do. Very nice to see you all the way from...
Hawkins Falls, Ohio.
That's right, that's right. Amazing. We'll be right back after these very important words from Pretend, the one adult diaper that doesn't let on.
Hal told me to say hi.
Hal is...
Hal, my husband. You remember Hal.
Of course. Listen, you look great. Why don't you come backstage after the show and I'll sign a picture for you?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Great.
Okay. I just have the one picture. That's all I keep around.
We're back in a minute.
Thanks, everybody. Pretty good show.
Thanks. Give me 5 minutes for that.
Martin, we got to talk about Chicago.
Why, Al? I mean, it's done. It's settled. It's next week.
No, it's canceled. It's poop shoot.
Why? What happened?
Lack of interest. What happened? You know, I mean...
This is not good, Al.
No, it's not good. This is poop shoot.
Is this a bad time?
Yes.
No. No, Joyce, come on in.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, so good.
Thank you. Al, I want you to meet an old friend of mine. This
Great.
is Joyce, help me out.
Harrison.
Harrison, right. This is Al Silvers. He thinks he produces this show.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh, and speaking of the show, it was so fabulous.
Thank you.
Oh, it was amazing. It was one of the best shows I have ever seen, and believe me, I've seen them all.
Thank you.
Mrs. Harrison, let me ask you a question. Are you from a large community?
Hawkins Falls, Ohio. I drove all the way here just to see Martin.
Thank you.
So the show has like a large following there?
Huge. I mean, it's huge. I mean, it is all anyone ever talks about.
No, Al, I've been there years ago. It's a very small town.
Well, it's a very sweet town.
Yeah, Martin, look, I'm beginning to get the picture here. It's real, it's warm, it's folksy. It's next week. Mrs. Harrison, let me ask you a question as a friend. Do you think if you had to that you could round up 200 reasonably attractive housewives a day?
Yeah, why?
Joyce, why don't you have a seat over here? Before you came in here, Al and I were discussing a little production setback. I don't expect you to understand it. It's technical, but I think Al was toying with the idea of maybe doing next week's shows from Hawkins Falls.
You want to do next week's shows from Hawkins Falls?
Well,
Are you serious? Oh, that would be so fantastic. Oh, my gosh. I knew it. I knew I was supposed to come here today. I knew there was a God.
fine. Is there running water? Is there paved roads? Is there electricity?
Well, of course there is.
Okay, great.
Al, before we get Mrs. Harrison here all excited, don't you think maybe we should step outside and talk this over between the two of us?
Not really, unless you've got a better idea, which I know you don't.
Well, I was thinking that we could maybe stay in Pittsburgh for another week.
Martin, grow up. Mrs. Hawkins, is there somebody important that I have to go through on this, or are you...
Oh, I could do everything you need. I am your gal, and it won't cost you 1 penny either.
Ooh, I like that. Excuse me.
Al, could we...
Excuse me.
Al.
Hi. Hi, is this your daughter? Aren't you darling? Oh, you should let her be on one of your shows.
Harrison, if this Jell-O Jubilee of yours is any indication, I, for one, thank God Frenchie is catering founder.
I merely thought, as chairman of the committee, I could at least offer. All right, next order of business, budget. Is there a Chinaman's chance we'll come in under this year, Roy?
I am hanging paper with one arm as it is, Hal. Under budget, we don't have a prayer.
We've always got a prayer. I'm reminded of the story of the loaves and the fishes.
Loaves and fishes fall under catering, Reverend, and that's Frenchie's area. We just decided that, didn't we? Is anyone taking notes here?
Yes.
Well, we had talked about it, Mayor, but I would prefer to see a show of hands.
Well, why don't we just vote on it, and that'll give me time to think of an appropriate closing prayer.
All right, all in favor of Frenchie for catering, get them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Majority rules, Frenchie, you're catering.
Done. Now, Harrison, what's happening with entertainment? And when you get right to the point, we've all got other things to do.
All right, our first thought, of course, was to do exactly what we did last year. However, the juggler moved to Germany, and the clown guy died.
Lucky died?
I do?
Yeah.
Well, it's just as well. We don't have the money we had last year.
Right, so I got to thinking, why don't we just shit-can this whole circus idea and just find some celebrity, someone famous to dress up like Jasper Hawkins?
Yeah. Who's Jasper Hawkins?
He's the town's founder, Frenchie. It's Founder's Day.
Work with us here, Frenchie.
Got it.
Who'd you have in mind, Hal?
No one. I'm not that far along yet.
Everyone knows me. I don't know whether that's what you mean by famous or not.
Oh, it's got to be my right. You guys just carry on. Whatever you decide's fine with me.
Well, hello.
Hi. I'm here to pick up Mayor Sturgeon.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Ellie. That's one of my campaign workers, burning the midnight oil. It'll be November before you know it. I could be out of a job.
Have a good evening, Your Honor.
Get out.
Deliver us from vandalism and underage drinking, and look kindly upon our bake sales and our Dunt the Mayor booth and our livestock competition, and suffer them unto Roy's budget. Amen.
You're not going to believe what happened. Oh, hello. I'm sorry to interrupt the meeting.
Hi,
Hal,
Joyce.
the most incredible thing in the history of the entire world has happened. Martin Mull is bringing his Ask Martin show to Hawkins Falls. Can you believe it? And I get to help coordinate everything. I really don't have time to talk. I've got to go upstairs right now and really get busy because I've got to start a telephone tree tonight.
My mother loves that Martin Mull guy.
Hal, there's your Jasper Hawkins.
Sure, if you want to go that way.
Well, traffic's certainly no problem here.
A bit of a one-horse town, Mull, but looks like they sold a horse.
Al, I don't see any restaurants.
Yeah, probably a good thing.
Years of public service. I've never been prouder than I am at this very moment. I've never been prouder than I am at this very moment. I've never been prouder than I am at this very moment. To present this
I guess politics is fairly fascinating to you young people, but my line of work isn't exactly Dullsville, let me tell you. We get to stay up kind of late, too.
What do you do, Mr. Harrison?
Oh, manufacturing, sales, marketing, you name it. Well, I look at it as kind of a way to address the basic needs of my fellow man. That's,
Hello, Harrison.
Hello.
How are things in the exciting world of bathroom fixtures?
I think I have to go see if Sturgeon needs some help.
All right, I'm also chairman of the steering committee here this whole fiscal year. Hello, Spencer.
Turn it down.
This must be front page stuff for your little paper, huh?
Yep, sure is. You must be pretty proud of the way Joyce pulled this whole thing off.
Well, actually, Joyce and I kind of did it together.
Really?
Oh, yeah, look, Martin Mull and I are old friends. We go way, way back. I mean, heck, it must be 2-3 years now.
Whoa, take it down.
Any chance that he'll be sticking around for the big Founders Day festivities?
Sticking around? That's putting it kind of mildly. Just so happens he's going to play the part of Jasper Hawkins in the parade.
Really? Who talked him into that?
Well, let me put it this way. They didn't make me chairman of the steering committee just because I volunteered. 2 R's in Harrison. That's steering committee, not stealing committee.
I'd like to introduce you to the mayor,
For Pete's
the
sake.
Honorable Norman Sturgeon.
Hi, Norman.
Glad to meet you, Martin, buddy.
Nice to see you. Beautiful town you have here. Hi.
Sign this, please.
Sure. Oh, same page as Tony Orlando. That makes me Dawn, doesn't it?
Thank you.
No, come on.
Must be a little saddle sore from that trip up the pike. All that construction and everything.
Well, they're widening it or something.
Yeah, for semis. This will only take about 5 minutes. A lot of these folks took off work to be here. You're big
Honey,
stuff.
let me just say a quick hello.
Honey, wait a little bit, all right? Because we need to get this. Honey, I don't come into your office when you're working. All right, just a minute. Okay, let's get going.
All righty.
In all my years of public service, I've never been prouder than I am at this very moment. To present this man, this great humanitarian, this servant of world peace, certainly one of the finest, most talented performers in the whole history of show business. What can I tell you? Mr. Martin Mull! Come on up here, Martin. We want to give you the key to the city.
Oh, that's really not necessary.
Oh, shit.
What's the matter?
It must be in the car.
Well,
Say hello to the folks, Martin. I left the damn thing in the car.
okay. Well, hello.
You guys coming here is just a shot in the arm this town needed. Hope you're sticking around for Founders Day. It's pretty exciting. There's a parade.
Well, we're taking it one day at a time, Mr. Neubauer.
Oh, of course, that's how you're paying me. I should have figured that out.
There you go.
There you are, Mr. Silvers, 209. Right next to the pop machine. Just like you asked for.
Great.
By the way, I don't know what you fellas might have heard about this place, but you can forget it. You're safe as milk up here on the second floor.
Oh, well, that's great news. Thank you. All the gratuities are handled by Mr. Mull.
Yep, safe as milk.
Good.
Yes, sir. That's all behind us now. Well, let me tell you something. If you ever decide to go into the motel business, don't build your second story with the same plans you used for your first story.
Right.
Way too heavy. That second foundation is a killer. Ah, here you are, Mr. Mull. Little Richard stayed in this one years ago, so I set it aside for you. I hope it's okay.
Sure, it's fine.
Here you go. Here you are. Yes, sir.
Wilbur?
Uh-huh.
Wilbur, I realize you're probably going for a certain look here. But I wonder, would it be possible maybe we could get a larger bed? Because this is just a little military, isn't it?
Well, this is our standard single bed.
Uh-huh.
And like I worked out with Mr. Silvers, single bed, single rate. It's just you, isn't it? You're not planning on playing hide the salami up here, are you?
You know, it's just me, but I tend to roll around a lot. People in show business do that.
I hear you loud and clear. I tell you what, I'll bring in another single. We can slam the two together, and I'll send Blanche out for some big sheets. She's got nothing better to do. How does that sound?
That sounds great, Wilbur. I can't thank you enough. Thank you enough.
Oh, my wife does those pictures for all the rooms, and she's not against selling them if you catch my drift.
Oh, I caught it the minute you walked in, Wilbur. Thank you again.
She does one for about every breed in case you don't cotton to the basket.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Stay. Ask Martin. That's nice. Got a nice ring.
Yeah, it's not too dead.
Well, as far as the stacked chairs go, I've borrowed all that I could from the Methodist Church. I think there'll be enough, but in case there aren't, some gals are going to bring some of theirs from home.
Right. What about John's?
There are two. There's one back there where the people come in, and then behind the kitchen for your people, there's another one.
Okay. That's great. Boy, I can't think of anything you haven't covered, Joyce. Can you, Al?
No, nothing we can't live with. Okay. Guys, let's get going, huh?
You know, you're really good at this.
Oh, thanks. Oh, gosh, I'm just having so much fun.
No, I'm serious. You know, in the past, we've actually had to pay people that can't hold a candle to you.
Gosh. Oh, thanks.
In fact, you know, you've done so darn much for us, Joyce. If there's anything ever I can do for you, you just tell me and I'll try to squeeze it in.
Well, actually, and it would just, you know, take about 5 minutes. I have some girlfriends who are dying to meet you. They'd love to have their picture taken with you. I know
you know, sometime toward the end of the week or something would be fine.
Well, they're actually outside waiting.
Now?
I asked them to stay out there so I could check with you, you know.
Well, any friend of yours is a friend of mine.
Oh!
Let's go get this over with.
Great.
What do we need the umbrella for?
It's misting a little bit.
Misting, okay.
But, you know, I don't expect you to remember all their names or anything like that, but here's the thing. Roxanne Phillips baked the German chocolate cake for you, and then, of course, June Pico gave you that darling little cup with the Hawkins Falls stencil on it, and then Laura Jeffers crocheted the slippers. Her husband's a superintendent of schools.
Hi, how are you all? Hi, listen, why don't we just get a group shot? That way we can save on film and I won't have to play favorites, because you're all so darn pretty.
Oh. Oh, here, Joyce, use my camera. It never fails. Just wait for the little green light to go on. Tell us when to say cheese.
Anytime.
Oh, wait, okay.
Okay, hurry up. Okay.
Should we say cheese? Yes.
Right now.
Okay.
Cheese.
I
hope your husbands never see this picture.
Oh, are you kidding? Our husbands couldn't care less.
Isn't he the sweetest to do this for us, girl? Yeah.
Couldn't you take one more? My eyes were closed.
I'm sorry, but we got to get him back in. He's a very busy man.
Right.
Thank you so much, Martin. We really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
We do.
Oh, wait till we tell Hal. Don't you dare.
Hal, I have 20 minutes of 6. Should we go ahead and order, or am I the only one here who's starving?
Hal, Martin is our guest. We'll have to wait for him. You know, I think probably these Hollywood people aren't used to eating supper at 5:30.
Have another roll, Hal. That's what I'm gonna do. There'll be plenty of room for the sand dabs.
Oh, you're having sand dabs, Hal?
That's right. So are you, and me.
Well, you know, I just figured it'd be better than everybody ordering something different.
You can have my sand dabs, honey.
Yeah, Louise has a little problem with sand dabs in the gas department. I usually eat hers, she eats my salad. That way we can sleep in the same room.
What wine would you recommend to go with the sand dabs, Frenchie, the red or the white?
We got both, bottles or cans.
You know, I think maybe we should wait and let Martin decide on the wine.
Well, your waiting is over, honey. Hollywood has arrived.
Oh!
Hi, Martin Hal Harrison. You remember me, don't you?
Of course, Hal. How are you? This is Al Silver.
Hi, Al.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, buddy, what happened to that beer gut you used to haul around?
Well, I guess I must have left it in Pittsburgh.
Everybody, this is Martin Mull, and Al Silver's his producer.
Hi.
Down there, okay?
You're here. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
Did you see that? Well, Martin, we thought that you should select the wine.
Oh, thank you. What's everyone having?
Sand dabs.
It's very tasty.
And you get a salad and French fries.
Pommes frites.
There you go. Not a minute too soon. We'll have a bottle of that pommes frites and a bucket of ice.
Pommes frites is French for French fries, Hal. We'll have some pouilly.
Okay.
Unless you all want to really throw caution to the wind and go with the Blanc de Maison. Van ordinaire.
If you listen to him sprout that stuff, you'd think he'd been there.
He hasn't.
Well, the weather has certainly been gorgeous. Oh, is it always this nice?
No, sir. I think you brought it with you. All this sunshine.
Oh, this isn't pouilly. This is white.
Ah, speaking of France, I heard a wonderful joke. This older couple goes to Paris on a vacation, and the wife goes shopping one afternoon. The husband goes out to pick up a prostitute, you know.
Hal, hold that thought. I'd like to present a toast to Joyce Harrison, the newest and prettiest member of Team Ask Martin.
Here, Joyce.
I thought of another good joke for you while I was back there choking the horse, but I'll be damned if I can remember what it is.
Yeah, well, I think it's just as well, Hal. You know, it's getting late. Probably we should call it a night.
Oh, horseshit, Joyce. We're just getting started. You stay right there. I have another toast I want to propose. Everybody, this is to my lovely wife, Joyce Harrison. She may not be the prettiest thing to ever come down the pike. She may not be the smartest. She may not have the figures she once did before the kids came along. God bless them. God bless them. But she sure can surprise you. One day she's sitting home like a bump on a log, drooling over this Mull guy on TV. The next thing you know, she's got him down here at Frenchie's eating sand dabs with the rest of us common folks. I swear to God, she is quite a gal. And when I look around this table, I am diddly damn glad I own her.
Well, Hal, that certainly showed a lot of thought on your part, but I think Joyce is right. It's late. Frenchie, can we have our check, please?
Absolutely not, Mr. Mull. Now, Hal is paying for this, and it's already been decided.
Oh, hell, Joyce, let him pay if he wants to.
Christ, he's got more money than we'll ever have.
Mr. Mull. Sorry to interrupt everybody. Hi, Mr. Mull. I'm Darrell Spencer with the Herald today.
Uh-huh.
I thought you might like to see this. You made the front page.
What's it say, Mull?
Martin Mull to be Jasper Hawkins in Founders Fest?
Same size type we used when Kennedy got shot.
I tell you, you sure are a tough one to figure out sometimes, Joyce. One minute we're down at Frenchie's drinking poulet fusier and having the time of our lives. And the next thing you know, we're in the car and you've clammed up and won't say a word. But I still love you. Roll over here and give your old hubby a great big kiss.
I'm going downstairs and sleep on the couch, Hal.
Hey, what the hell is wrong with you? Too many sand dabs? You're no fun. Come
Hal,
on.
you are what's wrong with me.
Me?
Do you hear me? You. Yes, I've never been so humiliated in my entire life.
What'd I do?
Oh, I can't believe it. First of all, you got stinking drunk and everybody in that restaurant knew it. And then you made a fool out of me in front of Martin with that Founders Day crap. I mean, how could you lie to the paper like that? He never told you he'd be Jasper Hawkins, and the parade, he wouldn't do anything like that in a million trillion years.
Come on, Joyce.
I can't believe it. The first time I ever do anything on my own.
Hey, Joyce, listen. I'm your husband. You should care what I think about you, not some jerk-off from Hollywood.
You are pathetic, Hal. Do you hear me?
What?
If you want this marriage to last another day, let alone another 20 years, you better do something about your problems. And I'm just not talking about your drinking. I am talking about your wife problems, Buster. You better get professional help, and pronto. Think about it, Hal. I'll be downstairs.
Well, that's fine with me, Joyce. Fine with me.
Now try to get there 30 minutes ahead of time so you can get a good seat, okay? And tell all your friends and neighbors to come. Okay, here you go. Ask Martin tickets over here.
Thanks for the feedback.
Well,
Little late, Hal. You missed a heck of a sermon, if I do say so myself.
Well, sorry about that, Reverend. Look, have you got a moment? I think I need some guidance.
Well, guidance are us. Seriously, we're always here to help you if we can. What's the problem, Hal?
Well, it's Joyce, Reverend. I think she's going haywire.
Haywire, huh?
excellent. Oh, good. Well, all right. Well, now you just pass.
Well, can you help me?
Okay, tell
Afraid not.
everybody you know.
It's not really my field. My specialty is Jesus, Hal. And as you may recall, Jesus, he was a single man.
Sure he was. Being married is just asking for it, right?
You're not the first man to have trouble with a woman, Hal. How do you think Joseph felt that night in Bethlehem? Not very needed, I don't think.
No, until it came time to pay for the manger. Right, Reverend?
I think Mrs. Prufrock is the one who can help you out, Hal. Well, first, she's a woman. And B, she's a licensed counselor. Mildred, can we borrow you for a sack?
Oh, good. Good. 11 a.m.
Oh, hello, Hal. Didn't see you here this morning.
No, I was just,
Hal's been sharing a few things with me, darling, that I think might fall into your calling, not mine.
Little dirty laundry in the marriage department. Well, we're gonna nip that right in the bud, aren't we? How about tonight at 7? Unless
Well-
you need me for something, honey?
No. Hal's laundry comes first.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, what I'm hearing is that we're Goose Eggsville in terms of themes for this week's shows. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, sir. That's the size of it.
I don't understand. I mean, it's such a simple show to. I mean, I don't want to come down too hard on you guys or anything, but you know, we are doing a show tomorrow morning, and in line with our tradition, it should be about something. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. What about the stuff we had for Chicago? Is any of that stuff usable?
Well, I think all the Stockyard Wives stuff's out of the question.
Forget
isn't it?
that. It's out of the question. Forget that.
I knew that. I don't know how you feel about flying in the youngest Belushi brother.
He's 9 years old.
Yeah.
He doesn't fly by himself. That's 2 airfares. Where are your brains? I don't
We
understand.
hate that. This is all really silly. Because the answer to our problems is sitting right here. Joyce Harrison. She is a woman. She
is a housewife. She is a fan of the show. And she's a local. Joyce, if you were going to produce this show from right here in Hawkins Falls, what would you want to have on? What would you want to see?
Me?
You.
Well, bear in mind that I'm not a professional TV writer or anything like that.
I think anyone here is.
I did jot a few ideas down after church. Would you want to hear them?
Desperately.
Okay. Monday, women who have lost parts of their bodies through household accidents. It's a fear that women face all across the nation on a daily basis.
Really?
Yeah, ever since the invention of the blender, and I have 3 really great ladies who are not ashamed to come on the show and talk about it.
Great.
Unbelievable.
Tuesday,
the joy of 6.
Okay.
Sex? Wait a minute, we did a minute.
No. 6, S-I-X. It's about women who have had 6 or more children and love it. They have some very cute stories, and I think it would be a fun show.
There's your Catholic market, Al.
Yeah, and your blacks and Hispanics.
maybe. Okay, how about Wednesday?
Wednesday, I'm calling the Right to Change, and I met these 3 girls at the Safeway, and they're new in town. That's because they're ex-convicts.
Oh, hello.
But they've served their time, and they want to start a diaper service. You can imagine the problems.
And a few laughs, too. We play it right out.
And Thursday, which I really haven't got completely fleshed out yet, but I'd personally like to see something on parallel parking.
Sure. Okay, fellas, see if we can get us a free car for Thursday. In fact, try to get it for the whole week.
Oh, better.
You, you like this stuff, huh, Mom?
Yeah. It's a start, Al.
Yeah, you guys getting this down?
No.
Oh, did you want...
Household accidents?
Could you just repeat?
I have it all here. I've got all the phone numbers and everything. You can just have my copy.
Great. Okay, well, this is all going to come together by showtime. You can trust me on that one, Al. You hold up your end, and Joyce and I will flesh out all these wrinkles and come up with something for Thursday and Friday. Huh? Shall we?
So exciting.
It is, isn't it? Okay.
Mark.
Yeah.
You like her, huh, Mom?
Oh, very much.
Married meat, my man.
I'm a big boy.
Okay, Grandpa, go get it. All right, guys. Let's make absolutely sure the doors open the right way this time. I don't want a repeat of what happened at Scranton.
I thought that was funny, Al.
Martin. We're not doing a comedy show. We're doing talk infotainment.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They were. You know, I've been meaning to make drapes, but I just haven't had a chance yet.
Uh-huh.
Well, here it
Boy,
is.
it's beautiful what you've
Thank
done with this place.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Oh, darn. Oh, Hal says he's got to go to a Founder's Day meeting. I could go late. What a shame, because I know that he wanted to apologize for last night.
Oh, there's no need. We've all made asses out of ourselves at some time in our lives. No big deal. But you know what? I should go back to the hotel, grab something to eat there. It'd be a lot better.
Absolutely not. Now, I don't know what they do in Hollywood, but boy, in a Hawkins Falls Sunday dinner is eaten in a home, not in a motel. Sit down.
Well, I confess that sounds very tempting, but I just don't want you going to a lot of trouble.
It's no trouble at all. It's a 12-minute meatloaf. I can make it in my sleep.
Huh.
Do you have these in California yet?
That's the 12-minute meatloaf?
It's a Presto log.
I know.
Hal swears by them.
Uh-huh. And that's how you and Hal start your romantic evenings, huh?
They didn't have Presto logs back then.
Well, here we are.
You're right on time, Hal. That's a good sign. Timing is most important in a relationship.
It is.
Can I get you a cup of coffee or perhaps a little sherry?
Well, sherry's like wine, right? That sounds good.
With ice?
Why not?
Hal, you have a problem with Joyce. This much we know. Now, rather than waste your time and mine with a lot of I said's and she said's and I wills and she won'ts and blah, 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 I want you to tell me the real problem. And I want you to tell me in 10 words.
Joyce and I first met 20... She hates my guts.
Very good, Hal. How do you feel about her?
How do I feel about her? Well, I never gave it much thought.
You love her, don't you?
Well, sure. I mean, I must. I married her, didn't I?
Hal, you remind me of millions of men. You see that bookshelf behind you? It's filled with books by women who, Hal, by women who've had it up to here. And why? Because they're married to men who are afraid to share their feelings, men who are afraid to open up and show their softer side. So, see, Joyce is no different from millions of married women all over the world.
I couldn't agree with you more. Well, I feel much better. Thanks a lot. You've been a great help.
Where are you going?
Home. I'm gonna tell Joyce what you told me. Maybe now she'll lighten up.
Sit down, Hal. What I've just given you is only an appetizer. We've got a full meal ahead of us.
Boy, you know, I can't remember the last time I enjoyed a meal this much. This is the life. You know, Joyce, sometimes I can't help but wish I hadn't been born with such a talent to entertain. Because there is so much to be said for the simple life. You know, every now and then a little bird will whisper in my ear and say, Martin, chuck it all. Find a nice gal and settle down.
Don't you dare. You'd break 1,000,000 hearts.
I know that. But still, I can't help but wonder.
Yeah, I know. Every once in a while I do too. You know, I was a candy striper in high school before Hal and everything, and oh, I had this big fantasy of becoming a hospital dietitian. I love menu planning, and I thought it would be my way of helping sick people. The food is so bad in those places. But I guess God had other plans for me. So here I am 20 years later, an ordinary housewife with 2 grown kids.
Listen to me, Joyce Harrison. You stop putting yourself down. You are far from ordinary. You're an extremely attractive woman. And I should know, I spend my entire life around women every day, and there are very, very few Joyce Harrisons out there. Your Hal is a very lucky man.
What does that say, Hal?
Bedroom.
Very good. Do you ever do the jumble in the paper?
Joyce does it.
Oh, let me show you something. With a few wrong moves, bedroom can become this. And this can become a problem.
Certainly.
You and Joyce ever discuss foreplay?
Lord, no. She hates anything to do with golf. Says it's a stupid game played by stupid people. I go every weekend. I love it.
You know what a G-spot is, Hal?
That's a $1,000 bill. Am I right? Whoa! What the hey?
And you've never regretted it?
Well, I mean, you know, I'll be driving around and go past a hospital or something, and my mind will start to wander a little bit. But I don't know. I think if I had it to do all over again, I'd marry Hal. I mean, he's really a pretty good husband. You just sort of caught him on a bad night.
Let me ask you something. Do you ever fantasize about other men?
Well, you know, I occasionally have the usual dream about me and Michael Landon on an island somewhere, but, you know, it's not serious. I mean, no touching or anything.
There's a whole other language. The language of touch.
Well, I'll be darned.
Now, I'm going to take your hand and place it on my breast. Don't fight me. I'm fully clothed and fully licensed. Okay, now, leave it there for a minute. I want you to think of Joyce, okay? Joyce. Joyce. Now, what would you say to Joyce now?
I'd say, geez, Joyce, feels like you've been doing some push-ups.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know, Martin. It sounds wonderful, but I've never done anything like that before.
But you see how natural it is. People are doing this kind of thing every day, and I'm sure Hal wouldn't mind.
Well, I guess I could always ask him.
I mean, the idea of you and Hal reaffirming your marriage vows right on national television, it's probably the best idea we've ever had.
Thank you.
And if Hal says no for some reason, hell, I'll marry you.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
Oh, Hal.
Oh, Hal.
Well, hi, Martin. Hey. Smells like I missed a great meatloaf.
Oh, honey, we missed you for dinner. I'll warm up a little for you. How was your meeting?
Touch and go. But I think we accomplished a lot. So, you two are working over supper, eh?
Oh, yeah. We accomplished a great deal, too,
I bet you did. Personally, I've made some of my best deals over lunches. Lunch, supper, same deal. It's all food, huh?
Food is food. You know, Hal, there's something I want to talk to you about.
If it's about my behavior last night, I want to apologize. I was way off base. I think it's a matter of I like the grape, but the grape doesn't like me.
Forget it. That's ancient history. I'd like to talk to you about this coming Friday.
What's going on Friday?
Honey, Martin would like for us to be on his TV show. He wants us to get remarried right on television. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Me on Ask Martin?
What do you think? Are you game? It's going to be so much fun.
Friday?
Yeah.
Friday's bad for me. I got to drive up to Cleveland to find some disc jockey to play Jasper Hawkins in this Founders Day thing. My last chance to get someone.
Saturday is Founders Day, and Hal is the chairman.
Tell you what, I'm going to make you a deal. You agree to remarry Joyce on the show on Friday? I'll stick around an extra day. I'll be your Jasper Hawkins, no charge. Is that fair enough?
Well, I married her once. It didn't turn out half bad.
Oh, Hal.
It'll save me a trip up to Cleveland. The turnpike's all torn up now. Mr. Mull, you got yourself a deal.
Whoa, that's some grip you got there.
Thank you.
What makes Alex Trebek the most exciting game show host?
I'm Martin Mull. I'm all set. So what do? Do I sign something, or how does this work?
You need to pay. That's how it works.
No, you don't understand. The rental car was gratis, and they picked up my breakfast, and the Lions Club even paid for the dry cleaning. So I figure I'd probably just sign something.
I have a gun.
Why don't I just pay you? It'd be a lot quicker, wouldn't it?
Oh, Mr. Mull.
Yes?
Daryl Spencer, Herald today.
Harold, I'm very, very busy.
It's Daryl. Just take a sec. Hollywood is one word or two.
No, it's one word. You can look it up if you don't believe me. Thank you very much. I hope you never have to use that.
Mr. Mull, one more quick question.
Yes.
And I think we can put this whole thing to bed.
Okay.
Where do you think TV is headed today? And B, how do you explain the cable explosion and perhaps your part in it, being that TV is the major form of entertainment in the American family today? Or is it?
Daryl, I've got a national television show to do in 12 minutes, okay? I've never been late for one, if you'll excuse me.
I understand you probably want to give it some thought. I'll just drop by your motel room.
Please don't do that. Damn it, I should have gotten a receipt. This is show gas.
And here's the man who got America talking in the morning, Martin Mull.
Thanks for asking. Good morning. And hello from Hawkins Falls, Ohio. Let's get started. Today, we're going to meet some very courageous women who are living proof that being a housewife can be every bit as dangerous as the things a man does. These are all women who have lost parts of their body through household accidents. And I must add that all of these ladies are from right here in Hawkins Falls, Ohio. Okay, let's meet our first guest. Her name is Mrs. Enid Fletcher. Enid, if I understand your story correctly, you were licking the frosting off a common paring knife in the privacy of your own kitchen, and all of a sudden the darn smoke alarm went off for no reason at all, and then, well, tell us what happened next.
Well, y'all hit me.
Okay, and you know, to make matters even more tragic, today with our modern medical breakthroughs, they probably could have just sewn that sucker right back on. But c'est la vie, this happened years ago. 1952. It's a pity. Next, a lady who is certainly no stranger to our studio audience. She's the wife of the mayor of Hawkins Falls. Let's have a warm Ask Martin welcome for Mrs. Louise Sturgeon. We'll get to Louise's story in just one moment. First, I would like to acknowledge this empty chair back here. Heidi Broadhurst had hoped to join us today to share with us the horror of losing a ring finger down a kitchen disposal. Unfortunately, Heidi fell victim again this morning. She was ironing, the phone rang, it was a natural reaction, and right ear was just about burned off. Heidi, if you can hear us, we're rooting for you, kiddo. Thank you. Sometimes applause is the best medicine. Right now, Mrs. Sturgeon, in your own words, can you tell us what happened to you?
Well, first of all, you know, most people think that a mayor's wife has it really easy. They think it's just luncheon after luncheon and free tickets to this and free tickets to that and hobnobbing with the hoity-toity. You know, people that most people just read about. Mm-hmm. No sirree, Bob. I have a house to run, just like everyone else.
Absolutely, and I guess that's probably how you lost a toe, huh?
Someone has to keep the ship afloat.
Hey, Bert, look, I'm sorry I got you out of bed, but I got to know if that Tom Snyder situation is still alive.
And whether you know it or not, a good rain does not clean your windows, and I don't care where you live.
Absolutely. And I guess sometimes the price you have to pay is the loss of a toe. Tell us how you lost it.
Listen, my life is no picnic.
I know the guy's track record.
First row every Sunday without fail.
I know it might mean a cut in pay, but look, I am standing here producing a talk show where a man is interviewing a woman with no tongue, you know.
For example, when the ladies come for tea, which is every Sunday, come rain or shine, no matter what I might want, they expect cloth napkins and some sort of floral arrangement. I have worked these fingers to the bone.
Right, I guess then you started using your toes, and that's how you lost it. Tell us about it, please.
And then Friday...
I could be there tomorrow if I leave here right this second.
French cooking and Barbara Cartland novels. Mm-hmm. And furthermore, you buy a dress off the rack, yes. I don't care what you pay for it, it is going to need hemming. And it's going to need letting out or taking in, and who is going to do that? The mayor? You got to be kidding.
Who cares? Let's just see the toe.
What?
I want to see the toe.
Hey, I'm going to tell Norman on you.
Please. Well, I guess we all live in fear of losing our tongues, don't we? So you must be full of questions for Mrs. Fletcher. Now's the time. Don't be shy. Key. And we got plenty of time if you have a question. No problem there. We've got, oh, Lord, yeah, we got loads of time. So, any questions at all? Anything at all. It doesn't have to be tongue loss. Key, how do you,
It's no problem. It'd be a pleasure.
As you probably know, you probably have
all right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Will fall in love. Something that we used to really keep quiet about most of the time. No sense keeping quiet about it today. That's for darn sure. This is the place to just get that hand up and...
Great show, Martin.
Fuck you. Don't say it, Al. Not one word.
Hey, lighten up, Marty. You know, I just came to wish you good luck with the rest of the week. I'm out of here.
What do you mean?
I can't stand the excitement.
Oh, please.
Oh, no, man, the ticket. You know, listen, Martin, I'm going to Los Angeles. I got a better offer.
Al, you can't leave me here alone.
Oh, you're not alone. You've got Joyce Harrison, the new savior of daytime television. Have a ball, Martin.
Al.
I'm history.
Good show, Martin.
Did you see what happened out there?
Yeah, and I really thought that it was interesting and different. It was very different.
It sucked, Joyce. Not one person in that whole damned audience moved a muscle for 45 minutes. Not one question, nothing.
Well, I think everyone was a little nervous.
Joyce, tomorrow is going to be different. I need your help. I want you in that audience.
Me?
Yes, I need you. I need you waving your hand like crazy, going nuts, feeding me questions. That is what makes these shows work.
Oh, I wouldn't know what to say. I can't do that.
You will, because I'm going to write it all out for you. And then we're going to go to my hotel, and we're going to rehearse it and rehearse it and rehearse it and rehearse it until we've got it right.
Really?
Hi, this is Hal Harrison of Hal and Joyce Harrison. We're not here right now, but I know it sounds like we are. This is a machine. We just bought it. Try her out. Leave a message. I think they got it.
Hal, it's Joyce.
And I'm sorry, I won't be home for dinner tonight because I've got to work really late with Martin and his staff. And there's a hungry man dinner in the refrigerator, and, you know, just follow the directions. And I'll see you when I see you. So, you know, I hope it doesn't go really that late.
This is Hal Harrison of Hal and Joyce Harrison. We're not here right now, but I know it's...
Sorry there are no chairs in here.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, let's get started, Joyce.
Well, wait a minute. I thought Al and the rest of the staff were coming.
Al is on hiatus. We don't need the rest of the staff. What I'm doing is I'm putting the kibosh on the Joy of Six for tomorrow. We're going back to an old standby of mine, Sex in the Afternoon.
Oh, you know, I saw that
Good.
show.
Then you know it works. All I need is one person to stick their neck out, one person to call a spade a spade. Tomorrow, you're it.
I am?
Yes. Here. Read this over. These are the things I want you to say. Just read them to me.
Oh, Martin. Oh, no.
What?
No, there's nothing I wouldn't do for you or the show, but I'm telling you right now, there is no way I could say this in public.
Come on, it's just words on a page.
I don't think so, Martin.
Oh, Joyce, don't do this to me.
All right, I love it with the lights on.
Don't tell him I told you.
Okay, thanks.
I love it with the lights on.
More? Just really, really open your mouth. Come on. Open.
I love it with the lights on.
That's great. Now, even more.
I love it with the lights on.
Oh, that felt good. Oh, my God. Oh, it's incredible.
Thank you, Martin.
Now go on to the next one.
But I could never say this in public.
But at least now you've got the spirit, the Ask Martin spirit that makes the show great. Okay? So go on to the next one.
I think if more women spent their afternoons
Wait, no. Like I do, like I say, we'll be right back after these important messages. Don't go away. See how I'm underscoring away and right and important?
All right. I think if more women spent their afternoons doing volunteer work rather than fooling around, they'd be a lot happier.
That's it. So you see how easy it is?
Well, it felt all right.
Door's open. Come on in.
Harrison, I gotta talk to you. It's very important.
Hey, sit down, Daryl. What's up?
Hal, I don't exactly know how to say this.
Yeah, I know. You want to apologize about that Jasper Hawkins thing in yesterday's paper. Forget it. It's all settled. Mull's decided to do it after all.
Hal, I think you should know that I was...
All it took was a little horse trading. He had something I wanted, and I had something he wanted. I made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
And Joyce agreed to this?
Agreed is putting it mildly. She was jumping up and down when I finally said yes.
Harrison, I'm not going to print this story. Not as long as your children are alive. You're too good a friend.
Hey, it's not all that big a deal. Print whatever you want.
It may be no big deal to you, but to me and my readers, the idea that someone would trade the sexual services of his own wife just so that he could look like a big shot on Founder's Day is not only sick, it's unchristian.
Wait a minute, Daryl. What the hell are you saying?
Hal, I think you better sit down.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Prufrock. Hal Harrison here.
Oh, hello, Hal. What an unexpected treat. How can I help you?
I'm about to kill a man, but I've seen enough television in my life to know you should call somebody before you do it.
Have you tried counting to 10, Hal?
Twice, I'm still gonna kill the wife-stealing son of a bitch. Excuse my French.
Murder is a very big step, Hal, and I'm not so sure you're really ready for it. We've only had one session.
What, you think I might screw it up?
Well, I think that's a very real possibility, yes. I think we should talk.
Right now, I was just about to go out to kill somebody.
All the more reason, Hal. I'll be waiting.
Okay. Okay. I hate you, Martin Mull, and I'm not afraid to tell you I hate you, Martin Mull. I'm not afraid to tell you.
Okay.
I hate you.
And stop. Oh. Yes. You feel any better, Hal?
No, I don't. No better.
Why don't you sit down and I'll tell you why you don't feel any better. Here. You don't feel any better, Hal, because you don't want to kill Martin. You want to be Martin. Don't you see? You want to be doing the things to Joyce that you suspect Martin is doing right now. You want his sexual security. He isn't afraid of women. You are deathly afraid. And it's that fear that you want to strangle, not Martin. Hal, let me ask you something. Are you afraid of me?
Kinda.
Well, don't be. If you can get over your fear of me, you can get over your fear of Joyce. If you can get over your fear of Joyce, you won't have to kill Martin. And if you don't kill Martin, they won't have to electrocute you. Hal? By the time you leave here tonight, you will no longer have any fear of women. Why? Because you and I are going to lie on this couch together and kill every one of those fears. I don't care if it takes all night long. I'm a dedicated professional. I find this works best with the lights on.
Morning, honey.
Oh, hi. Good morning. You were in kind of late last night, weren't you?
Yeah, big Founders Day meeting. I have no idea how late it was. What time did you get in?
Oh, we were rehearsed till like 10:30 or something, and then I was out like a light by 11.
I probably rolled in about 10 minutes after 11, 11:15, something like that.
Did you get a lot accomplished?
What? Yes, sure. I felt good about it, too. I think we hammered out some very important stuff. Yourself?
Oh, we hammered out a lot of important stuff, too. I'll tell you, that Martin is such a stickler. He just likes to do things over and over and over and over and over again until you get it right.
Okay. Honey, I've been doing some thinking. It's time I grow up and smell the coffee. I mean, for Christ's sake, it's the 1980s. If you feel you want to have some kind of friendship with Martin Mull, it's okay by me. You do whatever you want to do.
Well, that's all it is, Hal. You know that, a friendship.
You don't have to explain. I understand. You probably have some kind of fear of men. If you get over your fear of Martin, you'll get over your fear of me. I say go for it.
Hal, what are you talking about? This doesn't even sound like you.
But it is me, honey bun. It's the new me. The new improved me.
Hal, I want to discuss this with you. I mean, let me ask you something.
You're going to have to ask Martin, because I got to run.
Hal, wait a second. Now, just a minute.
Not wait. I'm in a hurry. I've been late every morning this week as it is.
Well, look at you, will you? Your own personalized parking place. Right next to you-know-who. No wonder people are talking.
People are talking? About what?
About you and Martin.
Oh.
You bet your britches. It's Hawkins Falls, honey. Last year it was Florence Bender running off for the carnival. This year it's you two. You know, those little kisses he's always giving you.
Oh, come on. That's how they say hello in Hollywood.
I know that, Joyce. I read People magazine. Oh, laugh it off. It's just talk, isn't it?
Well, of course it's just talk, Louise. My gosh. What are they saying?
That you two are having a full-blown affair. But it is just gossip. You know how this town is. They're just jealous.
It just burns me up. No wonder Hal was acting so weird this morning.
Uh-oh. You better nip this in the bud, honey. If your Hal is anything like my Norman, he will not hesitate to go out and get even. It's like an open invitation to these guys.
Well, I'm not even doing anything.
I wasn't either, but Norman thought I was. It was about 4 summers ago. You remember that Italian boy that I hired to paint the garage? And I swear to God that all I ever did was make him lunch. Well, Norman went right off the deep end and ran off with some floozy campaign worker to Akron for the rubber festival. Well, thank God for Mrs. Prufrock, or he'd still be there.
You mean our Mrs. Prufrock?
She's a marriage counselor, fully licensed, and she knows how to handle men. Norman has been as good as gold for the last 4 campaigns.
Oh, thank you, Louise. Maybe I'll call her.
You should. It's free to church members.
Wilbur, I agree with you 100%. They're wonderful pictures, and they were made right here in Hawkins Falls. But I didn't make the rules. And damn it, if you're going to insist on selling them like this, I've got to call it a concession and not a float, and I've got to charge you the $25 concession fee.
But you didn't charge me a fee last year, or the year before that, or the year before that.
But you didn't sell any pictures. And this year we got new rules, and we're stuck with them. We're charging everybody who's selling anything.
What if Blanche were to ride along with those pictures, you know, in some kind of costume? Would that make it a float? Hell, she'd do that in a shot if I told her she had to.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. Why don't you run it by Blanche and get back to me? I'll run it by the steering committee and get back to you.
I'll just do that, Mayor. If I can ever pry her away from that damn TV. She's in there right now watching Joyce Harrison's new boyfriend. Personally, I don't think Hal has anything to worry about. I think the guy's a homo. A lot of them Hollywoods are.
Excellent point. All right. Yes.
I just want to make something clear to Mrs. Pico over there.
Okay.
When I'm referring to my love-filled afternoons, I'm referring to my Lester, not her Lester. I mean, if she can't keep a leash on her Lester, that's her problem.
All right. Okay.
What was his car doing in her driveway that afternoon? Answer me that, Roxanne. Answer!
Bingo.
He's a meter reader, for Pete's sake. He barks in everyone's driveway.
That would do it. Yes, yes. Back to the lady in the blue dress.
I think if more women spent their afternoons doing volunteer work rather than fooling around, they'd be a lot happier.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Very, very well said. And I guess what a beautiful way to end the show, which unfortunately we're going to have to do. So until next time, when you've got a problem, don't keep it to yourself. What should you do? That's right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Some of the guests of Ask Martin stay at the Shangri-La Motel, serving Ohio right.
Thank you.
Claire.
Thank you. Tell your friends. Thank you.
All right, Rick, staff meeting, 15 minutes, all right?
Joyce, you were beautiful. You
Oh,
were just beautiful.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mull. I had a wonderful time, and I'll see you tomorrow at work.
Joyce, wait!
We don't cut into home records here in Hawkins Falls, Mr. Mull. We may watch Dynasty, but we don't live that way.
Thank you.
Tell me what to do, Mildred.
Oh, as much as I'd like to, Joyce, I just can't. It wouldn't be professional. You have to decide what's best for Joyce.
I do?
Yes, you do. So now tell me, What do you really want?
I don't want Hal to have an affair.
Okay. So, how do you keep him from having an affair?
Well, I suppose I could quit my job and end my friendship with Martin and beg Hal's forgiveness.
Okay.
But I don't want to do that.
No.
It's unfair to Martin and it's unfair to me, and I've done nothing to forgive.
Okay. No wallowing in the mud. Next.
Well, I could hire a private detective and find out if Hal really is having an affair, and if so, find out who the woman is and go strangle her.
Well, that wouldn't be the Christian thing to do, would it, Joyce?
No.
No.
I just need to talk all of this over with Hal.
Yes, you do.
But he won't talk.
No?
I tried to discuss it with him this morning, and he just abruptly left the room, and then I called his office 5 times, and they said he's in a meeting or he's in the little boy's room, and that's Hal's way of saying he doesn't want to discuss it.
Well, you're just about out of options, Joyce. So, it's time to put away your coffee. Come on, sit down. And dig deep down, lower, yeah. And contact that little tiny inner voice that you're afraid to let speak and ask it, how can I get Hal's attention? What would really wake him up?
Spiked heels. Hal loves spiked heels.
Spiked heels. So Hal reacts very positively to overt flirtatious behavior. Isn't that what you're saying?
I guess.
Oh, our time is up. You are a very courageous woman, Joyce Harrison. Good luck with those spike heels.
Thank you.
See, I'll be running alongside like this, and every time the parade comes to a stop, I'll reach in, grab a handful of these, and toss in the Blanche. The kids will love it. It's a humor float, don't you see? Humor. Humor is the theme, Hal. Humor and art.
Well, it's different, Wilbur, I'll give you that. But as long as you got those price tags up there, it's still a concession. We still got to charge you the $25 concession fee.
I don't have the $25, Hal. Christ, I had to get the truck, the costume, 5 bags of these frickin' biscuits.
Maybe it's a hardship case.
Yeah. Wilbur, sounds like a hardship case. Let us run it by the committee one last time and we'll get back to you. Norman, I'm running late. I'll see you all later.
Hal? Wait a sec. Can we talk?
What's up?
Well, I know how busy you are with the Founders Day, and I know how much it means to you and everything, but something has come up, and I thought maybe we should talk about it. You know, there's rumors flying around town. I don't know if they got back to you yet, but just in case they did, I'd feel better if we cleared the air.
Whatever.
Hal, I'm here on business. I know it may not appear that way to, some of these husbands that see their wives falling all over me, and I admit I do my own share of the hugging and the kissing, but that's how I make my living. The way I look at it, 50 cents for every hug, $1 for every kiss.
Great. What do you get for screwing them?
That's very funny. That's funny, Hal. I have to remember that. The truth of the matter is, I probably couldn't get laid in the ladies' prison with a handful of pardons.
Let me save you a lot of breath, Mr. Mull. You can spend as much time with Joyce as you want to while you're out here. It doesn't bother me one iota. See, she's free, white, and 21, and so am I. Get the picture?
Yeah, got it. Well, glad we had this chance to talk. And I'll see you Friday.
You bet. A deal's a deal.
Yes, 6 months does seem like a long time for something that's perfectly legal in Amsterdam. You do have a point.
You're telling me.
But our judicial system is a whole other show. So for today, I think Martin would prefer if we just stick with the diaper thing.
Yeah.
You know, we've done 4.5 years if you add our sentences together.
That's more than it takes for college, I think.
Fascinating, but again, could we just get back to the diaper thing?
Morning, everybody.
Martin.
Oh, hi, Martin. Hi, you must be the Diety gals from the Slammer, am I right? I'm Martin Mull. Welcome aboard. I hope this isn't going to just be 20 minutes of diapers, because I'd rather get into your prison lives, you know, what it was like for them, whether it was almost like college.
Right, Martin, that's exactly how we prepped them.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, great. Let me see.
I realize Wilbur's no millionaire, Hal, but come on, we're only asking him for $25.
That's 12 pounds of discount weenies, sans condiments, the way I look at it.
It's the difference between bumper stickers and no bumper stickers. And those bumper stickers go out all over the country.
But look, Wilbur's offered Mull an extra free night in his motel so he can stay over and play our Jasper Hawkins. That's got to be worth something.
$6. The Lord will provide a way. The church is prepared to commission one of Blanche Neubauer's lovely oil paintings for the cafetorium if Wilbur will then turn over the proceeds of this sale as his concession fee.
Big if there, Alfie.
Hal, is my purse in... Oh, yes, here it is.
Another important rehearsal tonight, honey?
Afraid so, Snookums. It could go late. You know, Martin and his practice makes perfect.
Sure.
Honey, please, I just put on some fresh lipstick. Goodbye, boys.
Bye-bye.
We kiss almost any time we want to, you know.
Trust my... Yes, I'm the victim here. I did everything according to our agreement. I am the victim.
Joyce, hello. Hi. Did we have a session tonight?
No. I didn't know where to go.
Oh, well, you certainly look like you're headed somewhere. Listen, I can't let you in just now. I'm in the middle of a session. What seems to be the problem?
Well, I put on my spiked heels, you know, like we talked about, and I told Hal that I was going to go meet Martin right in front of all of his Founders Day cronies and everything, and then I've been sort of aimlessly driving around for the last 3 hours, and they're all still there, so I really don't know where to go, and something's not quite right.
Well, you did what you had to do. You know, your little voice told you to get all dolled up and rub it in Hal's face, and then your big voice got scared and told you to come here. Now, let's go back to your little voice for a moment, okay? Are you there? Uh-huh. Okay. Where are you headed, little voice?
Martin's?
Martin's? Okay. What does the big voice have to say about this?
Absolutely not, Joyce Harrison. You will go home right this minute, and you will fix coffee and brownies for Hal and his friends.
Did you see how tense your neck muscles got when you said that, Joyce?
I guess. I mean, I'm so confused.
I really have to go now, Joyce. I know you're going to make the right decision. Just trust your little voice. Follow your little voice.
Sturdy! She calls you sturdy! Nobody calls you sturdy but me!
Minute. Joyce.
Hi, Martin.
Joyce, it's 11 o'clock.
I know. I really need to talk to you.
You know, ordinarily, I'd be thrilled to have an attractive woman in a party dress show up here at 11 o'clock, but under the circumstances.
Please, Martin, really, it's very important.
Okay. Hal know you're here?
Oh, yeah. Could I have some of this?
Sure. Help yourself. Have a seat.
Thanks.
You know, I got to tell you something. This is probably the most bizarre situation I've ever been in my life. I'll be honest with you. I've spent a lot of time on the road, and I've had my share of women, both married and But this is the first time I've been that I've had a married woman come on to me with what appears to be her husband's blessing. And it's the first time I've had a whole town whispering about it right to my face. And certainly the first time that I've had someone treat me like a pariah one day and then show up at my door the next night dressed like Anne Margaret. Can you please tell me what the hell is going on?
I'm sorry, Martin. I really didn't mean to treat you like a piranha. Really.
Don't worry about it. I'm a big boy and I can handle it. Just if you could maybe fill me in a little bit on what am I missing here?
All right, yeah, I'm gonna try. Could I
Yeah,
have some more of this?
please.
See, I'm here because I'm trying to make Hal jealous. I know this sounds crazy, but see, he thinks that you and I are having an affair, and I think that's why he wants to have an affair, or is having one for all I know, and I don't want him to. So you and I really do have to have an affair so that he won't have one, or at least, you know, we have to make him think that we're having one. And so that's why I'm here, and I know this sounds so crazy and everything, but does it make any sense?
No, not a bit. But let me ask you something. Why me?
Because your being here in the first place is what started this whole thing.
I see.
And, you know, I mean, you're a big Hollywood star, and I don't know, I didn't think there was any way that you could be hurt or anything.
Okay. Let me tell you something. I'm here because of you. I hope you know that. I mean, I can pack up any time. We've been to reruns before.
Oh, Martin, please don't say that.
And as far as not seeing how I could get hurt, well, you sure weren't looking very hard. I mean, if you had been, you could have seen how happy I get every time you walk into the room. And how I can't take my eyes off you. I mean, even on the air.
Oh, Martin,
Joyce,
really, I've got to go.
Joyce.
Where were you in 1963?
Let me see those lips.
I've got to go.
Well, listen, thanks for coming, Mrs. Harrison.
My pleasure, Mr.
Okay.
Mull.
Now, you drive carefully now.
Joyce? How much?
Excuse me?
Well, for the little blonde there in the Anne Margaret outfit.
Oh, sir, you don't understand. She's an employee.
Employee? Oh. Me, I've been putting on $5,000 for snacks on my tax form.
Nice talking to you.
Oh, where are my manners? Forgive me, Jesus. There you go, right there.
Bill Loman.
Leman.
Leman.
There we are, ACP. A P stands for products. I bet you can't guess what the AC is.
Ambulance chaser, ant crusher, aircraft carrier. Hell, I don't know, Bill, and I'm very tired.
Air conditioners, air conditioners. We've got your maintenance, your installation, and your hardware. Everything. It's one stop before you drop. It's all right in there. I got more filters than a pack of Marlboros, and also 50 feet of rubber hose.
Fascinating.
Hey, I didn't mean to pull your chain about the little chippy there, but I was just looking for a little relief myself. I mean, she's cute. Looks kind of like June Allison. I bet she's got a voice like tearing a sheet of homicide, huh? Me, I'm normally into a younger redhead who can keep a tune. I got one up and out, but he doesn't even charge me anymore. Got a roommate who's a drummer. I could tell you stories, curl your hair, you know? Yeah.
Mr. Loman, what you do with your private life is really no concern of mine. And that woman who you so graciously referred to as a chippy happens to be someone that I may very well be falling in love with.
Good luck.
Good night.
Need any rubber hose? Okay. Well, just have to call out, I guess.
And so, for the next 60 minutes, we're going to do our best to explore, maybe even solve some of the many, many mysteries of parallel parking. Great idea, huh? Yeah, I believe in credit where credit is due. Could Joyce Harrison stand up and take a bow, please? Joyce? Joyce, where are you? Well, okay, the show is known for its surprises, and there's one on Martin. Can we have that car out here now? Just take it through the doors if you can. Will it fit through the doors? Well, then bring it around if you have to do that. Okay, somehow get it out here.
10,000?
10,000.
What are we going to do with 10,000? We had 5,000 last year. We didn't get. No one wanted them.
I want to mail one of these to Johnny Carson.
That's a darn good idea.
Yeah, let's do that.
And you know what?
Thank goodness, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Joyce.
I have to talk to you, Hal.
Right now, me and the fellas are having a business meeting.
Yeah, we're celebrating our new bumper sticker. Isn't that a beaut?
You're welcome to join us if you like.
Oh, no, thank you, Hal, please.
Not
come
now.
On. Come on,
Joyce,
please.
listen.
The old War Department.
That's a pretty short leash.
Yeah. Big Bay, double tray.
Joyce, I don't see why this couldn't wait till we got home.
Because it can't wait another second, Hal. I have got to talk to you. I have a confession to make.
Oh, a confession, eh, Joyce? So you finally decided to break down and tell me what I already know? Well, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Last night, something happened at the Shangri Lodge, and I just wanted to talk to you about it.
Joyce, please spare me the gory details.
Hal, I'm 40 years old. I know that that's a lot older than those girls in Playboy magazine. I know that. And half of those 40 years I've spent, you know, fixing your dinner and raising our kids and doing the laundry and... Okay, fine. If these are gory details, I'm sorry. I'm
Joyce,
just trying to explain
please
to you.
get to the point.
The point is, I took this job with Martin because of all that. You know,
Not that point, the real point.
I don't want to lose you, Hal. I don't want you running off with some pretty young, eensy little thing who doesn't even really know you yet. Okay, fine, laugh if you want to, but you know, it's a real fear to me. I have been convinced these last couple of days that you've been having an affair with somebody. I mean, I actually believe this, Hal. Which is why I pulled out those old spike tails and put on that red dress and acted like a complete idiot in front of you and everyone in the town. I mean, things I wouldn't normally be caught dead doing, all to make you jealous and get your attention, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I haven't felt right about it at all ever since, and I've been anxious, and I can't sleep at night.
You mean you haven't slept alone?
No.
You mean you couldn't sleep alone?
No!
So far, this hasn't been much of a confession, Joyce. You know, a confession where you tell someone else the truth?
This is the truth.
I don't think you even know what a confession is. Here's a confession. Hell, honey, I've been doing the dirty deed with Martin Mull.
I have
Go ahead, say
not.
it.
I have not.
Bullshit. Just say it. Don't make like it's the end of the world.
How will you keep your voice down?
You screwed someone. I screwed someone. Big deal. The question is, what are we going to do about it?
Hal, I never slept with anyone, but I think I just heard you say that you did.
I didn't say that.
Hal, you did just say that just this very minute. Now you look at me right in the eye and tell me that's not true.
You did it.
Hal, you... Oh!
Can't we just have something to eat?
Second.
Yeah. Sorry to bother you, Mr. Mull, but I need the basket. Just sold it to the church. Blanche is working on a new one for you, so you won't get lonely. Won't bother you again. No, you're busy.
Right. What is it, Wilbur?
He did it! He did it!
What
He was with somebody else! My
No.
marriage is over! I'm ruined! I have to quit! I have to leave town!
No, it's gonna be just fine. You came here. This is good. This is good that you came here.
Higher! Higher! Lower! Higher! But that's Wilbur. No, I'm afraid that room service is one of the few things we don't offer, Mr. Mull.
What about pizza?
Sure.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. Pizza, Wilbur. Is there anybody here in Peyton Place that delivers? Plain. 20 minutes. Okay. Thanks, Wilbur. Oh, sweet baby.
Good morning, Wilbur.
She finished it at 4 o'clock this morning, Mr. Mull.
I'll be darned.
Hope you like cockers. I couldn't wait to bring it up. Oh. Hello, Mrs. Harrison.
Hi.
Beautiful day, isn't it, Wilbur?
Yeah, they're all beautiful when you're young and rich.
You bet. Come on. Have a good one.
You know, Joyce, I was thinking, it's funny that all these millions of women that watch me every day on television, they have absolutely no idea who I am. They think that show business is like one big glamorous party. It's like People magazine, like Johnny Carson. Boy, are they wrong. It's dumps like this and people with no tongues on talk shows. Here you go. It's time to get out. Glad I found you.
Yeah, it's finally happened to me, hasn't it? I don't know, Joyce. I mean, go figure. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm 45 years old. Yeah. And it's time to start a new life. Ooh, the sun is bright, isn't it? Oh, aren't you sweet? Yep, I can almost taste it, and it tastes like your 12-minute meatloaf.
Oh, sure. Sooner or later, I'll probably have to find myself a 9-to-5 job. Everybody does. Maybe I'll go outdoors work. You know, a chambray shirt, a whole Ralph Lauren kind of look. It's gonna be fabulous, Joyce. I'll kiss you goodbye in the morning. I'll think about you all day long, and then I'll come home at night and dinner will be waiting on the table.
You know, Martin, that'll probably last about 5 minutes. Then you're gonna miss Hollywood.
Hollywood's no place to raise children. I'm gonna stay right here with little old you in little old Hawkins Falls. Come on. There you go. Good morning.
Mr. Mull, thank God you're here. The audience is in. We have a show to do.
I know that. Listen, what's with all the wedding stuff? Didn't you get my message? That's all.
Yes, sir, we got the message.
Well, call Mrs. Sturgeon. She can fill an hour.
We already tried her, sir. She can't make it.
She went to Akron with her husband for the rubber festival. Maybe, Alfie, could you tell them your idea?
Well, that's all right, Reverend. We have plenty of ideas. Okay, Reverend, what was your idea?
Well, it had occurred to me that the story of Jonah and the whale had never been told on television properly.
Alfie's an expert on the subject.
And I'm not camera shy.
We're going to pass on that. Just give me a second. I'll think of something. We can always...
Hey, crew, cameras, please.
Joyce, I'm getting one of my headaches. Can you think of anything?
I'm thinking.
Oh, come on, honey.
Perhaps we should seek the Lord's guidance in this matter.
Good idea, Alfie. A little prayer never hurt anything.
Bow our heads.
Can I have a coffee and some aspirin, Joyce?
10 minutes, everybody! 10 minutes there!
Lord, bless this hour of television.
Yes, Lord.
I'll handle this.
Hi, Mom.
Surprise!
We parked in your space, Joyce. I hope that's okay.
And do you, Joyce Harrison, take this man, Hal Harrison, to be your lawfully re-wedded husband, for better or for worse, in sickness or in health, from this day forward, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
We're going to have to stop right now. We'll be right back after these important words, so stay with us.
Thank you.
And Claire?
Okay, I think that we made our point. So there's no sense going into the lengthy I-do's or the whole ring ceremony, Reverend, and we certainly don't need the kiss, do we, honey? I'd like to open this up for Q&A with the audience, okay? So you're done. You can go sit down if you want.
But if you don't complete the ceremony, then all this is meaningless.
But you see, it is all meaningless because it's just television. It's nonsense.
No, it isn't, Martin. I'd like to finish. That is, if Hal wants to.
Well, I don't know. Hey, I'm pulling your leg. I am in, and how?
Wait a minute. What's going on? Joyce, what is this?
Well,
10 minutes ago, you and I were all set to go start picking out furniture.
You were?
I think Martin was.
1 minute.
I don't believe this.
I don't expect you to understand. I'm sorry. These last couple of days, my mind has been going around in circles like the spin cycle on a Maytag or something. I haven't known where I was going or what I was doing or who in the Sam Hill I was even. But the minute Hal and Debbie and Tommy came in, I don't know, bingo, something snapped. I knew right then and there that Hal Harrison is my husband, and he always will be.
God knows he's made some mistakes, and so have I. And Martin, I'm really sorry. Because you were a mistake.
30 seconds.
You're gonna miss her, Martin. Hell, I didn't. She was only gone one night.
You're a very sweet man. And I'm still your biggest #1 fan.
Come on.
Okay, Martin, we're back now. Everybody quiet, please. And in 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. I now pronounce you still man and wife.
That's our show for today, and that's it for our week here in Hawkins Falls, Ohio. It's been a week full of so many things. It's really been a full week. I've learned a lot, I guess, about what makes people tick. Next week we'll be back. We're going to be live, of course, coming to you from. We're pretty excited about this. Coming to you live. Boy, I've completely forgotten where we're going to be from next week.
Duluth, Minnesota. I'm back.
For Pete's sake. Yes, Duluth, Minnesota. Gateway to ice fishing. So, dress warm and bring along your bait. And if you've got a problem, don't take it out on somebody you love. Turn on your television and... That's right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Hey-oh! First time for you, honey? Really? Well, better late than never, huh? It'll be a May-December romance, I hope. Which are you? December, I can tell by the hair coloring. I like the blue.
Always take a couple of hours. You should have gone back at the firehouse like I did.
There was a line back at the firehouse.
Well, next time we'll bring a coffee can like we used to for the kids.
Frenchie says you use a 7-iron. I said, no, I know this. I need a 5-iron here. I've seen enough games on TV.
Yeah.
So I went with the 5-iron. Hi!
Honey, what is the difference between the 5 and the 7?
There's about a 2-number difference.
Not so much being a maid, it's more like just living in and having a chance to meet producers and directors. Hi!
So really, a lot of Hollywood starlets got started off being housekeepers?
You bet, you bet. Hello! Harrison Ford was someone's carpenter.
It's just like Jesus.
Mrs. Prufrock, I think I need some counseling.